it comes with all of Watchmen and all of. So you get to read that. Was it Tom King Rorschach book?
No, Hayden. That looks cool, but that's not what I'm referring to.
Hold on. No, let me pull my... I actually have 3 copies of Watchmen, which I try not to double buy. I try not to double buy, but I have Watchmen, the deluxe edition, which is the first one I had. And then I have the DC Compact, because I like those.
Those do look nice.
Because even in those, I don't double buy. But Watchmen, the version I had was so, like, cumbersome to read. I'm like, if I ever want to reread it, I'll buy the Compact. And then I was at a pawn shop, and they made a hardcover box set that is the single issues in hardcover. So it's 12 hardcovers, and it was like $40, and I'm like, okay, I'll buy that. So I bought that. So I have 3 versions of Watchmen. Let me pull the deluxe edition off my shelf. It's just Watchmen, and then like 30 pages of behind the scenes. That's all it is.
I might have 3 versions of Year One. I definitely have at least 2, because I have Year One by itself, and I also have a Frank Miller hardcover collection that includes it.
I double dipped a little bit into Morrison, but I sent the duplicates to my friend. So I had is it Return of Bruce Wayne? Is that what that's called? I think it's Return.
Sorry, real quick. Draven says, "Did you guys see the Clayface trailer? It was a cool teaser. I don't really have any opinions outside of that. I'm excited. I mean, like, I'm excited for it. Just, there's so little there, which is good, that I don't have any other opinion other than I'm excited."
No, I like the tone. I like the visuals. It's really cool just finally seeing that effect translated to live action, like for a proper movie, and it looks creepy. I like the body horror stuff we're seeing from Clayface.
I'm not gonna bet on this. I think Pattinson might be in it. Just tone of that trailer.
Did you see my conspiracy theory post earlier?
Yeah.
Am I crazy? Am I reaching?
No, I don't want Brave and the Bold to come out. It sounds like fucking shit.
Oh, come on.
Oh, whatever.
No. Bad director, bad writer. I don't like the concept. It just sounds like ass. I don't want to watch that.
I don't know if I can say Muschietti's a bad director.
Okay. I have seen his one superhero movie, and I hated it with a passion. So I can't...
Which he came on to at the last minute and had been in post-production hell for what, a decade?
Yeah, but it's the same writer of that film, which bothers me.
How many writers did the Flash movie have?
I don't know. I see credits and they're shared with the Flash, and I'm scared. I've seen Muschietti. Also, just gonna say it, I've seen Muschietti shoot Batman, and I think he's bad at it.
Oh, see, I think that's the stuff in that movie that looks okay.
What I'll say...
I don't agree, but whatever.
Yeah, no, I think some of that movie looks fine, but one thing we can see about Muschietti is pretty consistently he has a CGI problem. He likes bad CGI for some reason.
And it seems like we're doing a higher concept Batman with Brave and the Bold that's gonna have some CGI, and I'm scared.
Yeah, so I'm not as down on Brave and the Bold as Hated is, but I'm also not gonna say I'm excited for it.
So my thing with that is, to me, I mean, the Trinity is a factor. Like, you need Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. To me, the pillars are Superman and Batman, And if your Batman movie sucks, I think you're screwed.
Sure. But also, look, Muschietti was announced on this like so long ago, and we've had so little movement on it that Hayden, I'm also not even like, I'm not even confident he's making that movie. You know, I'm not gonna have strong opinions on the team making it until they're like actually filming, because there's been so little movement on it. That's where
Well,
I'm
and it's probably rude. I would be happy if both of those, if it comes out like, yeah, that's none of that's happening. I'd be very happy.
I have no opinion until I see some kind of teaser. I shouldn't care as much as I do. Anything that everyone that was attached to the Flash, anything that they make is inherently bad, which I just can't agree with.
That's not my logic.
But that's
the
what you
director
said.
and the
People attached to the Flash are making this, therefore it's going to be bad.
Robert, is that what I said?
Yeah. No comment.
Not attached. The director and the screenwriter. Those are two very important things.
Okay.
And the person who's directing this also made the It movies, which are pretty good.
They're fine.
Okay.
Maybe some stronger cutting.
They have bad CGI.
Okay,
Yes.
and I'm not disputing that there will be some bad CGI. I don't think that's cause to write off an entire project.
And it's also just like, just the concept. I'm like, that's a bad idea for your first Batman movie, in my opinion.
I wouldn't start with Damian. Like, that's
One look at you and I know why
already a choice I don't love. The title's weird.
I feel like
No.
But that's neither here nor there. It very well could.
It's a perfect storm of things I don't like.
That's fair. And I'll say, Hayden, to be clear, I don't have strong feelings about Brave and the Bold one way or another when this little movement has been made on it. All I care about is the Batman 2, which, thank fuck, might actually be filming soon. Like, that's all I really care about right now.
Yeah, and I agree. And I'm so pro merge at this point.
I'm not against it. And, like, I'm not saying I am going to be, like, angry if they don't merge them. I'm fine either way. But I am getting one over on the, fuck it, we can just let Pattinson's Batman be DCU Batman. I'm fine with it.
That's what I prefer. He's so good. If he gets, well, and I know Reeves has had health problems. If it's at the pace it's going, I don't want Pattinson to get 2 movies and then Reeves like explodes and we don't have any more.
He spontaneously combusts.
Yeah, I'm memeing, but like I don't want him to die, and then it's like we have 2 Batman movies and that's it.
Yeah.
No, since we don't know anything about that movie yet. Yeah, that was my work.
We know quite a bit.
Well,
We know
And
a
Hayden-
pitch and a director and writer. That is all we have.
And I don't
Which-
like any of them.
Which is fair.
I mean, I don't think I'm being super unfair when I say we know 3 things about a movie and I don't like any of it, so I'm skeptical.
But
Sure.
you're not being skeptical. You're writing off the movie before you've seen a frame of it. Based on 2 small things. I'm just saying you have to be open-minded. Like,
I just don't agree that those are small things.
Yeah. And this is a very specific, peculiar situation that we're not typically in with these franchises where, like, we already have a thing that's working and why not just capitalize on that? I get it.
No, like that screenwriter, I don't think her filmography, anything that I've seen that she's written is bad.
And Now, Noah's the opposite. Noah is anti-merge. He wants the Batman to be separate from the DCU. So we got some split opinions here in the horror of Haven.
I was not in the call. His doesn't count at the moment.
I am indifferent. It just I think the main thing that holds me up on not wanting them to merge is it's like the opposite of what Reeves wants to do.
As far as we know.
Well, okay, so I'm looking at it now. He produced Clayface.
Yeah, Reeves has been involved with like a lot of Batman stuff outside of his. I mean, like he was a producer on Kid Crusader,
which I haven't seen yet, but I don't know.
Well,
yeah, I've heard that. He produced Clayface. I wouldn't be shocked if Pattinson's in it.
I think it's
yeah. Yeah, and I'm not saying I'm confident he will be. I think the most likely scenario is Batman's not in this Clayface movie at all. I'm just saying that I think there is a possibility that they've been playing coy this whole time and have been saying, no, the Batman's not DCU, it's separate. It is possible that Clayface is gonna come out and that'll be their way of saying, oh, just kidding, here's Pattinson Batman. Yep, they're all connected.
I wouldn't be I wouldn't be shocked.
I'm also gonna cry foul if he shows up in this fucking Clayface movie but can't show up in the Penguin. I mean, come on.
Well, I need to see the story in context.
I would almost... The Penguin is like a mob thing, and Clayface is a supervillain. I would be like, yeah, he should show up. He should probably show up for the Penguin too, because at the end of that show, the city's kind of fucked. But
yeah, Batman not showing up when the city is when a bomb goes off in the city, but showing up when Clayface shows up would be black.
I don't care.
Okay.
But okay, I'm not. When I say I don't care, I mean if he shows up in Clayface, I'm not gonna go boo. I'm gonna be like, yay! Like,
well, and like I said earlier, I think that trailer's in tone with the Batman.
I think so too.
Tool time.
I look at that teaser and go, yep, this can fit with what Reeves is doing.
We'll see. I would prefer the merge.
7,000 fucking enemies in this game.
And yes, Draven, Gunn did confirm that Clayface takes place before Superman, so this is going to be our first like prequel DCU movie.
That's another thing. Gunn's whole thing is he's like, we're not going to make a movie until we have a script. The third movie in the DC universe being a Clayface movie is really weird.
Yeah, but it was pitched like 5 years ago. You know, this has been in the works for a while.
Yeah, I do resist a little bit having a Clayface movie before we have a Batman movie.
I don't care as much. I think it's cool to build out the world and see some side characters. First, and also, like, okay, if you're just looking at the movie slate, it's like, okay, Superman, Supergirl, Clayface, okay, that's weird. But when you factor in the TV shows too, you've got Creature Commandos, Peacemaker, Lanterns. That's a lot of variety in different types of projects to where I'm not like, oh, it's weird that we're making a Clayface movie. Like, I don't really have that.
I'm going to cry foul a little bit on you saying, because Creature Commandos and Peacemaker kind of feel like the same show to me. Sort of. Like, okay. They're that same leg of the world.
Yeah, but Creature Commandos also like has some Batman villains in it.
Yeah, but my only like this has not like this really has nothing to do with like the tone of anything. I also haven't liked either of their shows so far, so it's like we'll see.
All I'm talking about is your point about it being weird that our third movie is Clayface, and I just don't have that when you look at the shows coming out. I think we have quite a bit of variety and different stuff in this universe. And like Noah's saying, we have so many Batman projects. Now, if it weren't Pattinson, like, look, if we were using this Clayface movie to introduce our DCU Batman with a new actor, I think that would also be cool. I just feel like if that were happening, we would have heard about it by now.
Yeah, I don't think that's something they'd be able to keep a secret for that long. Maybe, but
yeah, I don't know. I think most likely scenario is Batman's just not in this movie at all, or Pattinson shows up for a cameo. Like, I think those are the two most likely things to happen.
Depending how big this movie goes, though, like John said, I will cry foul if he's not in it. Like, if it's like Clayface is killing so many people, and then I'm like, well, Batman not being here is dumb. Unless it's like,
but also like, exactly, like all we know about the timeline is it takes place before Superman. But assuming that this is a separate Batman from Pattinson, like we don't know anything yet, really. Like,
yeah.
So I don't know. I gotta wait and see. And to an earlier point Draven made, why Draven wants a different DCU Batman is he wants a more comic booky Batman. And he's getting over the grounded takes, and which is fair, and like that's what I like. That's what I like hypothetically about DCU Batman being separate, but I also think the Reeves version can go more comic booky.
Austin was talking about this earlier. I don't agree with the notion that it's not.
The Batman's a very stylized movie.
Like, he gets shot point blank with a shotgun and lives. Like, it's not a Nolan movie. It's very stylized.
And he also has contact lenses that can like record perfect video.
Yeah, that's
and
a
audio.
comic
Like,
book.
That's a very sci-fi comic booky thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a comic booky movie. I don't get the point that people like it's too grounded. I'm like, nah, it's not Begins. Like, it's
I think even Begins I think is also stylized and has comic book elements.
Dark Knight is what takes it too far, I think.
I mean I think I love The Dark Knight, so I don't have a problem with that take. But
I like that movie a lot. I don't love the Batman take in that movie.
That's fair.
The whole, like, grounded Batman thing, or realistic Batman thing.
Well, okay, so I think the singular difference between Nolan's approach on Begins and Matt Reeves on the Batman is with Begins, you have a character like Ra's al Ghul, where we're not doing Lazarus Pit stuff. And it's like, that's a big part of that character we're not doing because it's too supernatural. Whereas with the Matt Reeves movie, he's using characters so far that aren't traditionally supernatural like that, so I don't know, we haven't seen like the way Nolan from the get-go did kind of a grounded take on Ra's al Ghul. We haven't really seen from Reeves yet, like, okay, his penguin's more grounded, like he doesn't have the trick umbrellas, but I don't know, he's still the penguin. Like, it's
I don't know, they changed the penguin's name to be less comic booky. Like, I feel like
That was dumb. I don't like that.
We're in for another, maybe not to the degree that Reeves did, but that Nolan did. I feel like we're in for another, like, this is a down-to-earth Batman thing.
which I'm not saying is a good or bad thing. I just
Yeah, it's neither one. It's just, if that's what they're doing, then that's not going to fit in this, and they share DC universe.
But I think just based on that Clayface teaser, that could be kind of a bridge getting there, because that is a sci-fi body horror looking movie that I think totally can fit tonally with what Matt Reeves is doing with his movies. I think these things can coexist.
I mean, maybe if we get, I feel like Two-Face is probably, because there's no way Two-Face is in that movie or set up in that movie. Probably like
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a stake in this argument. No, I hope the Batman 2 goes more comic booky. Like Robert, I'm sure you saw the joke going around for a while was it's gonna be Mr. Freeze and he's a serial killer that puts people in freezers. And I'm
Yes.
like, if they do that, I'm gonna cry foul. But
Yeah, I would love that. Like, and that's what all I was saying is we haven't seen Reeves do like that level of a reinvention yet.
and I assume the villain in 2 is Two-Face, but we don't.
We don't know.
My hope is, Robert, I've told you my Batman pitch, right?
I don't remember.
It's if I had the opportunity to make a Batman movie, it would be Scarecrow and Man-Bat. And it wouldn't be like year one, but it'd be the first time either of those show up. And it would be he runs into Scarecrow, figures out the fear toxin, and is like, "Oh, okay, I got this." And then, while being affected by fear toxin, gets attacked by Man-Bat. And he's like, "Oh, it's fake." And then he's like, "Oh no!"
He's like trying to rip off Man-Bat's face because he thinks it's a mask.
No, he thinks it's fear toxin. So he's like, "Oh, I'm good. It's fine." And then,
oh, that's a great idea. No, Man-Bat was one of my like early. Oh, I'd love to see that in the Batman.
And Man-Bat's my favorite Batman villain, and kind of for no reason, but I love Man-Bat.
Well, and what's funny is when I picture like Man-Bat in a Matt Reeves movie, like I pictured a more body horror take, like Cronenberg style take on that character, and that's exactly what we're doing with Clayface.
I've joked that that Clayface is going to be like the Venom of DC, where he has to fight a different Clayface at the end.
That's like the worst case scenario.
He's going to fight Basil Carlo. No, that'd be cool.
Draven says he wonders if we're going to get part 3 because he doesn't believe they want 2 different Batman. They've talked about that. James Gunn doesn't care.
Yeah.
Gunn. Lately, Gunn has lost a little bit of my like. I just don't believe anything he says. He's
I'm
just
not there.
yapping. He's just yapping lately. Like, I feel like.
What?
Like, didn't he? Maybe I have this backwards, but didn't he? That casting got announced. He's like, no, and then it turned out to be true. Like,
the report was at least partially false because some of the women that report said were being considered weren't ever being considered.
Pencils and socks get lost.
So that's what he was mad about.
Except for yours truly, that is.
But he didn't he say something like none of this is true, and then it was.
I don't know. I don't care either way.
And also, I mean, I'm gonna fully admit he burnt me on Peacemaker, so I'm a little just.
Adon is upset that a guy that made a show
One more thing.
didn't just come out and say his show was bad.
You haven't seen a cute little red.
No, that's not what I mean. So my exact complaint is he said the last episode of Peacemaker is the biggest, craziest thing I have ever made. That's not true.
I don't even remember him saying that.
He said that on the podcast. He said, the last 3 episodes of Peacemaker are the biggest, craziest things I have ever made. That's false. That's just patently false. The last episode of Peacemaker is a music video.
Yeah.
That is not the craziest thing you've ever made.
Okay, but saying last 3 is different than just the last one.
But I also disagree with the last 3. Like,
I mean, it's right on. I don't have strong opinions on this.
Like, I don't know. That's his opinion. Let him have it.
I get this is the man who made Guardians 2 and 3. I don't see that.
Okay, but you also have to remember that Guardians a lot of that is green screen and special effects. So it's probably just like 5 people in a room. Peacemaker probably had a lot more extras, a lot more sets. Like, I can see where
maybe.
it's coming from. I didn't like Peacemaker Season 2 either, but I don't care if Gunn... I'm happy that Gunn's proud of it.
I saw clear signs of, like, he needs to chill out during Season 2. Like, I think he's doing too much at once, is my thing.
But, I mean, all he's really doing right now is Man of Tomorrow, so, I mean, I'm still hyped for that, because I love Superman.
No,
so.
I am too. I am too.
His big mistake was doing Superman and Peacemaker back-to-back like that.
I agree.
I'll say this. I'm glad he did Superman first. Because it's really good. I love Superman. It's my favorite Superman movie. And I love Gunn's movies. The only things I've ever not liked from him have been TV shows so far.
And I liked Creature Commandos more than you did.
I like half of Creature Commandos. I love the flashbacks.
I thought the main plot of Creature Commandos was really, really boring. Like, I tuned out boring. Like...
but back to your thing about the casting announcement, or the report. One thing I know about Gunn, because he's talked about this before, is he hates it when those kinds of reports come out, that leak or rumor, like actors who are testing for a role like that, because it's unfair to both the actors who are actually in the running who don't get it, and the actors who are never being considered in the first place. It's just bad for everyone, and that's just a thing that I know really pisses him off about the industry. So I'm not, like, surprised or angry that he freaked out about that. And at the end of the day, like, I don't care either way. Run!
I can't, because they're...
Well...
I swear to God, I'm so fucking sick and tired of this game.
Shoot it.
Bury it.
Marry it? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I said bury it, like bury me, man.
Burn. Bury me, bury me.
Draven,
Pencils and sock. Now tell me, is there another way?
Yeah, I'm not reading Absolute Batman, but I did see a picture of Absolute Scarecrow, and he looks fucking creepy. He looks great.
Just keep cheering me up.
Following it. Like, I thought it was fine. It was, I think, because I read that in Absolute Wonder Woman, and Absolute Wonder Woman was brilliant.
I need to read that.
Absolute Batman is just kind of, it's okay.
I saw a picture of Scarecrow where he has like a sewn mouth and like buttons on his eyes. Like, it looks creepy.
That's cool.
It's a cool pick.
The universe is really hitting this with its designs. I think Absolute Catwoman looks terrible.
And also back to Draven's earlier question, I have also been saying, like, since day, like, if it were up to me, I wish, like, Aiden, just assuming that the Batman is separate from the DCU and there's nothing we can change about that, I've always wished we could just see Matt Reeves just do his trilogy and let that run its course before doing DCU Batman. I would have much preferred that. The problem is that the Batman 2 has taken like 5 years. So yeah, so that sucks.
As much as I respect Gunn's like commitment to not making a movie before you have a script, when you're launching your cinematic universe, I kind of wish you'd already had like at least a Trinity cast.
Yeah.
Well, and again, hypothetically, I think you could have introduced our DCU Batman like in Clayface. I think that would be cool. I just think we would have.
Yeah.
I just think that would have leaked by now if that were happening.
Yeah, I agree. I do have a like of the rumored castings of DCU Batman. I do have a favorite, which is the I can't think of his name. It's Spencer something, and it's the guy
Oh.
from he's in
iCarly?
yeah, no, yeah, that'd be cool. Spencer Charnas. Spencer from iCarly as Batman is the best casting of all time. No, it's I forgot his last name, but he's in 1923.
Is he the guy in that that thriller phone emoji movie? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Drop.
Drop. There we go.
Yeah, he's the guy in Drop.
Okay. Is it like Ben Sklenar or something? He has like a weird last name.
Skyler. Yeah, it's not Spencer. Oh, hold on.
I'm just letting you guys do what I was talking about.
Brandon Sklenar. It's not fucking Spencer. What am I talking about?
Yeah,
Brandon Sklenar. Yeah, because he was in that. Johnny was in that. The Housemaid.
He is in that.
Was he the husband?
Yeah, which when Josh saw that, he's like, weirdly enough, even though he's like fucked in this movie, I can see him as Batman. I'm like, yeah.
I want all of the Trinity to be like people that were in like fucked up movies before they were cast in DC. That'd be hilarious.
Mia Goth should be Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I mean,
that'd be fucking insane.
I mean, David Cornsweet got to be the hero of Pearl.
No.
Yeah, he is the hero.
Yeah.
No, Pearl's the hero, idiot. No, Pearl's a cool guy.
He said that like Obama. Pearl's
good. She's a cool guy. Stand-up man. Pearl, that's my boy.
Yeah.
Come here. Mwah. He kisses her on the forehead. Mwah.
Well, and Draven just mentioned it is funny that Pattinson is supposed to be a younger Batman. He's like 40 now. I mean, to be fair, Pattinson, he does still look young though. Like he still has a youthful face.
So I get that movie, like in years, wasn't that long ago. For where I was in life, that movie is like 100 years ago.
I mean, also remember that got pushed back because of COVID. Like that movie was done like almost 6 years ago. Like it's been a while.
Yeah, like I was in the middle of college when that came out. I went to
college.
I've been done for almost 3 years.
That's funny.
Like I've been in a full career for 2. I got like, yeah. It's been a while.
And by all accounts, it sounds like the Batman 2 is going to pick up pretty shortly after the first one, which is funny. Again, I don't think it's a problem yet because Pattinson really hasn't aged that much, but by movie 3, it'll be noticeable. Especially if that takes like 5 years.
Robert, are you current on The Boys?
No.
What's the last thing you saw? Or I'm not going to spoil anything. It's just like aesthetic.
I've just seen the first 3 seasons.
Okay. I have that bad with Anthony Starr. Where
okay.
He is way... That's kind of a plot point in 4, but he is way younger looking in 1 through 3 than he is in 4 and 5.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I'm like, oh my God. I also... People love his performance. I think it's gotten worse. He's like a Flanderization of himself.
I mean, just from season 1 through 4, I don't think that's a performance thing. I think that's a writing thing.
Yeah, season 4 Homelander is unrecognizable to me.
No, because that show like changed when it's like.
Well,
I agree.
So I liked season 3 a lot, and I've not watched past it. I need to finish it at some point. But a problem a problem I was starting to have, Hayden, that kind of helped me check out, at least until we hear that thankfully 5 is the final season. And as I was like, okay, the longer the show goes, the more stupid it's gonna get that both Billy and Homelander are still around. Like, the more you drag this out, the more stupid the central premise of this show is and doesn't work. Like, how can you keep contriving that both of these characters are around? But I mean, at least they're ending at 5.
5 is already an improvement of 4 because Soldier Boy's in it.
Yay! We love Soldier Boy.
Obsessed with 5 seasons for the show.
Yeah,
like a
I've heard
joke
that.
because Supernatural was also planned to be a 5-season show.
Rocket.
No, and then Invincible just ended season 4. I watched the finale yesterday.
Yeah, I gotta catch up.
Robert, honestly, I know you said you were going to wait for that to end. I don't think now's a bad time to catch up.
That's fair. I need to do.
You what you do? Read the book.
Robert doesn't
I should.
No, the book's incredible. I think it's one of my favorite comic runs. It's amazing.
I gotta read it. I've
Yeah, go ahead.
I have been rereading a lot of Daredevil lately. That's what I've been in the mood for.
I have barely read any Daredevil, honestly. Just
I'd say a couple good places to start are, I mean, either just Frank Miller's run in general or his Man Without Fear origin.
I've read that.
Okay. And Jeff Loeb's Daredevil Yellow. I just read that for the first time recently. That's really good.
I have not read that. I've heard that if you read that right after Man Without Fear, it's the same book.
Make it all look so easy.
Kind of.
I wouldn't say that. Like, yes, they cover similar ground, but they also, like, they can't coexist, like, canon-wise, because there are contradictions, but they're also doing different things. Like, Man Without Fear is, like, entirely just Matt's childhood and, like, coming-of-age story, whereas Yellow is, like, just early days Daredevil fighting supervillains, so I don't think they step on each other too much.
I haven't read Yellow, but I will say Spider-Man Blue is really, really good.
Yeah, Blue is great.
It's blue!
He's blue!
One's blue! Draven said... Oh god, I don't want to talk about this. Born Again Season 2 is quite the improvement, so I still need to watch it.
I won't.
It's better than 1.
1 hurt me. I'm not watching 2.
That's fair. Draven's also said we're getting a VOT prequel show, and I doubt I'll ever watch that. I don't care.
So, okay,
I love that The Boys has become the very thing that it was like making fun of. Because
Yeah.
there's that bit in one of the seasons where they're like making fun of Disney's like phase announcements, and now we just have like the Boys cinematic universe. It's beautiful.
So,
Yep.
I agree, except it's a Soldier Boy show, so I'm probably going to watch it.
Okay, I didn't realize that was the Soldier Boy show. Okay. Well, that's a better pitch.
That's the Soldier Boy show, and I fucking love Soldier Boy, so we'll see. But he's awesome.
Also,
he's not like a good guy, but I love the performance.
Also, so is Jensen Ackles gonna be like 50 playing a young Soldier Boy?
Although, in his defense, young Soldier Boy is what Soldier Boy looked like in the 40s. So, like him now, because he's immortal. So him now looks like Soldier Boy in the 40s. Although I think it's like the 50s or 60s because it's the first generation of VOT heroes.
Yeah, 'cause it's gonna be Superboy and that Nazi from season 2.
Yeah.
Stormfront. Which I don't know if I ever people were like shocked by that twist. I'm like, I know what Stormfront is, so I know what. Like that's not a twist.
I didn't know that was coming. I don't know. With stuff like that, I'd rather just go along with the ride.
Yeah, but like, I get it. But that's like a very prominent like neo-Nazi term.
Well, I'm sorry, my knowledge of neo-Nazis.
Improve.
Oh. Improve. You gotta be aware so you don't fall into rabbit holes, John. I'm kidding.
What was I reading the other day? Oh yeah,
I knew that John loved the neo-Nazis, but damn.
What?
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 You
Who?
love neo-Nazis, you love Soldier Boy. There's like a pattern here. I'm very concerned.
When do I love Hold on. You broke my brain. When do I love neo-Nazis? What the fuck are you talking about?
You heard me.
Is it because I've been talking about Varg Vikernes for 3 days?
You heard me.
I guess like no, I'll wait until we review the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, save a lot of this for the review. You're not gonna be anything to talk about.
I know. This is like been my like obsession for like 4 days is this material.
Oh, what's that?
For the record, just to throw this out there, in case this was unclear, Haven of Horror is not pro-Nazi. I just want to make this clear for future legal purposes.
Me, Robert, and John aren't. Any other co-hosts?
We won't name names.
No!
No, wait.
No!
Because I was talking about it earlier, I want to do a James Bond watch, but I also
Yay.
Before that game comes out, because I really love that game. It's so good.
That looks great.
I'm gonna finally tackle Studio Ghibli because everything I've
Ooh.
seen from them is fucking incredible. And
Yeah, I've only seen a few of their movies.
You were gonna watch Grave of the Fireflies the other day and you wimped out.
I didn't
Oh.
out. The person that I was going to show it to had already seen it.
Watch it again.
Also, is that actually Ghibli? I thought that was a different studio.
I thought it was, but maybe it's not.
80% sure that's Ghibli.
I have heard, I don't know if this is like unfounded or not, but I've heard Miyazaki is kind of a dick.
I feel like I'm inclined to believe that. Like, the guy makes brilliant art. I feel like that comes with at least a little bit of an ego.
He's probably a bit of a perfectionist. That would.
I've just heard like him and like his personal life has some
Make it
issues.
all look so easy.
But I haven't been watching as many movies just because I'm 300 episodes deep into my Naruto watch.
Yeah, you can't stop now.
I got.
Yeah,
I
help
got
me.
400 more to go.
Jesus Christ, help me too.
Why?
Help me, help you.
Nothing. I'll tell you later. No, I won't. I won't tell you later.
No, Hadan gets to listen to me yap.
I just don't respond because I don't care.
Yeah, Hadan is the only one allowed to talk about things like
No, okay. John, the difference is you like the thing I'm talking about. I don't give a single solitary fuck about Naruto.
I mean,
So, how's your love life?
decided.
Must be hard to impress the girl.
It's so fucking long.
You're gonna watch 50 years worth of Kamen Rider.
That's different shows. That's not 900 episodes of one show.
It's 7. Even then, you could.
Okay.
You don't have to watch. I'm not even saying you have to watch it. I'm just saying the things that I'm telling you about. I feel like our story beats should be interested in.
Okay.
You know something? Dad?
Go away.
I'm gonna make sure this hurts you a hell.
I don't know what.
So
it has
back-
to do with this.
I don't know.
Oh, update! I killed the wasp.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm proud of you.
How'd do that?
So I had wasp spray, and I was trepidatious of spraying into the sink because I had dishes in there, but I did it anyway, and I'm just gonna wash the fuck out of the dishes.
Hey, good. You have like a containment room.
Yeah. John, come wash my dishes.
No.
Leave the basement and wash the dishes. You've been here for 3 months. That's an old joke. Brought it back. Remember that one, Robert?
Which one?
John threatened to move into my basement, and then every time I go past the basement door, he'll open it and go. Meow.
One lead sandwich.
And I'm not allowed in my basement anymore because John's in there.
Yeah, that's where I'm watching Naruto.
I'm like, can I do the laundry? Can I do my laundry? No.
John's your Henrietta.
Oh no.
He'll swallow your soul.
On, don't be shy.
No. Stop.
No, it said that Miyazaki's son directed a movie for Ghibli, and Miyazaki was like, "Yeah, my son's movie sucks." Oh.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's part of what I was talking about. I heard that. I've heard he's kind of a dick to his kids. He's the Jim Henson of Japan.
Oh.
I guess he wasn't a dick. He just abandoned his family to play with puppets.
I mean, they were cool puppets, though.
They are pretty cool puppets.
Draven asks if he thinks we'll ever get another horror comedy Evil Dead movie. I mean, I hope.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. Because the trailer for that teaser for Burn has officially been released. If you watch that.
Yes. Yeah. I think it looks fine. It's kind of a cool long take, but I don't have strong opinions on it.
I haven't watched it yet.
I don't either. I feel like my only take is the movie's been in production for. I feel like that got announced like 3 years ago. It comes out in like 3 months, and that's all you have to show us.
I think it comes out in like a month.
No, it's July.
Okay, I thought it was May.
The leaked one that
Oh, not
showed
interested?
May.
Well, how about if I help
So
you
I
find
don't know
your
if that's
arms
like
first?
another country or what. But the official announced it's coming out in July.
Okay, would that be like a premiere? Is May?
Maybe. I need more information. Like, it was a cool one.
Yeah.
Take.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm definitely nervous about it. I don't have high hopes. I don't have like high expectations. It does feel like they're unsure about it, or like I don't feel a lot of confidence from them on this one.
Yeah.
I feel like we would have heard more about it by now.
I feel like they had a lot more confidence in Rise. Which that's scary because I thought I like Rise, but it's okay. But like it's not incredible or anything.
I think it's pretty good, but I don't know. Like the Lee Cronin. Speaking of that, Lee Cronin's The Mummy just came out, which I've not heard good things about. I'll get to it at some point, but where I was going with that was the rumors months ago were like, oh, they did these test screenings and everyone said it was horrible. This is going to be a disaster, and it sounds like the movie's not that bad. So I don't know. Yeah, like. I've lost a bit of interest in it, but like, because John, there was like one report that like James Wan watched a screening of it and like walked out, which
have you seen his movie?
I don't know. Yeah, it's like I don't know, James.
You seen Malignant?
I like it. I thought it was. I don't think it was as bad as people say.
It's a bad remake of Basket Case.
Yeah. I mean,
It's like a Poor Things. Poor Things is a bad remake of
to be
Friggin'
fair,
Hooker.
to be fair, I hadn't seen Basket Case when I saw that. Although, I will maintain that the third act is the best physical acting I've seen in a movie in a long time.
Yeah, I've heard some of the action stuff is fun. But I wouldn't call James Wan like a great filmmaker. I think he's made a lot of great movies.
Best movie was his first movie.
Yeah.
Lee Winnell made Wolfman, so I guess I can't talk that much. But
Yeah.
I really love Upgrade, and I like Invisible Man.
Yeah, I like Invisible Man a lot. But now he's
And Upgrade's
like, back
great.
to square one. I need to see
Make
Upgrade.
it all look so easy.
I think I'm gonna request that at some point.
Yeah.
Or not request. Not request. I'm not a viewer. You know what I mean?
Well, and I own that movie. I own that movie on Blu-ray. I just haven't watched it yet.
I don't.
I don't own it either.
Damn.
I
Damn
I
it.
don't know. I don't remember if we told you this, but one of the funniest things with movies that Robert hadn't seen is I just accidentally spoiled Hereditary without realizing it for him one time.
Yeah.
Yay!
I felt really bad about that.
I made my friends in college watch that. I'm like, yeah, I'm a horror guy, and movies don't fuck me up. And Hereditary kind of did. And they watched it. They're like, this sucks. I'm like, okay.
Oh.
Although I'm the fraud who, so I'm gonna get yelled at because John hates this movie. I think Midsummer is better than Hereditary.
Oof.
Oh my god.
I don't get.
pretty polarizing. I need to
I
see
like.
it.
I like Midsummer. Any horror movie with a blood eagle is up my alley. But I'm a Norse mythology. I'm a Norse mythology guy, so
Nice. And yes, Draven, they are shooting another Evil Dead movie with a different team. I don't know if that's supposed to come out next year. I don't know if we have a date for that, but
Evil Dead
that
5
was
because they are dedicated
yes.
to naming these the worst names of all time.
Oh.
I do love that we knew more about Wrath than Burn for a while.
Yeah, that's what was weird about it. Is we got like all these casting reports, and I'm like, didn't they shoot that movie already? Oh, this is a different one. Because John's right, like Evil Dead Burn was announced like 3 years ago. It feels like. Yeah, I am worried we're going to be hitting an oversaturation point with Evil Dead, where now we are just making the same movie over and over again, and they may be getting worse. But I don't know. We'll see how Burn turns out. And I'll also say, just because Draven's been bringing this up about all these movies being the same tone, that's why I didn't mind Evil Dead Rise having kind of the same approach as the remake, because at least between the remake and Rise, we had 3 seasons of Ash vs. Evil Dead, which was very comedic and Evil Dead 2 Army of Darkness tone. So, because we had that show in between those 2 movies, I didn't mind that Rise went for the same dark, gritty approach. But now it's like, oh, are we just going to keep doing that? And the more we do that, the less special it's going to be. I'll also say, because we've talked about this before, worst case scenario, if Evil Dead Burn is bad, one bad movie isn't going to dethrone Evil Dead for my top spot of, like, best horror franchise. I could just ignore it and forget about it.
Well,
so, John, are you stuck? Do you need a walkthrough?
No, not yet. This is why we stopped last week, because I knew this was going to take for fucking ever. Ah, for God's sakes.
We love puzzles.
No. No do.
There we go.
We have a bridge.
I like Pragmata, and that's sort of puzzly, but kinda. I wouldn't even call that a puzzle game though.
It's a little puzzly. It's not like PS1 Resident Evil puzzly, but
That game's really fun. I'm glad about that.
Tool time.
how do I
Open
Just do it.
sesame.
Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, when we. Oh my God. Stuff's happening. So, have you gotten to this point before?
No.
Okay, that I wasn't sure.
No, we are in new territory. New territory.
Yay. Do you have a save token?
I have an end of
No.
area save.
Okay.
Draven, it does seem that The Evil Dead is the only horror franchise that's still going. That's still great. That is correct.
Yep.
That Child's Play, I kind of count.
Trisha, geez, woman, what the hell are you
Yeah.
doing in the Queen's lair?
Child's Play is
Don't
up
you
there.
realize that-
I say kind of just because.
The remake.
What's the matter, Ash? It's not the end of the world.
Oh my God.
But I can see it from here.
Oh, what the hell even is that?
It's your mom.
Oh
No.
Wow.
What the hell is even that?
How do I fight this thing?
With a
Prayer?
gun?
A prayer gun?
Whoa. No. Get away from me. Oh.
And yeah, Draven, we do have a new Chucky movie in the works that's going back to its roots, but I want it to be the end. Like, I really want Mancini to just say, okay, here's the last one. We can retire Chucky. We'll see what happens.
Yes.
I want the title to be The Death of Chucky. That would be perfect.
Or just death. Yeah, death of Chucky. Yeah.
We need to do some of the Child's Play movies. Can you believe we haven't covered any of
Yep.
them? I don't think we've covered any of them.
Really? That's my favorite horror. That might be my favorite slasher franchise. I think it's the most consistent.
Trisha, geez, woman,
It-
what
yeah,
the
it's
hell are
up
you
there.
doing in the Queen's lair? Don't you realize that?
Why? I love. It's my second favorite slasher franchise at this point.
Yeah,
Did
I
you-
would like to make sure I'm there for all of those, but yeah, I'd be down.
Well, remember when we did that poll for the franchise ranking that Predator won a while ago, which is why we're doing Predator next week. Child's Play was one of the options that I had on there, so that could win next time.
Yes.
I don't know when we'll get to it, but maybe in a week or two we'll put up a new poll. Maybe once we've done Predator, because I think Child's Play might have gotten in second place. I don't remember.
So, Robert, I didn't put this together. I think this is that redheaded woman.
Oh, okay. She-bitch.
I love that you fight this boss by waiting for her to open her mouth and it's going nice.
That is no good.
Also, John, I think we also had Child's Play on our remake series wheel, and it just never landed on it. I forget, John, have you done something with Cap on one of the Child's Play movies on Geekvolution?
Yeah, they did too.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Yeah, because I think that's the one that I actually like did prep for. Watched that.
I wondered if I
Yeah, that was Texas Chainsaw. Maybe not.
always liked me, didn't you, Ash?
Tricia,
Yeah, I was
what the
also
hell are
on
you
the
doing in Queen's
Texas
Lair?
Chainsaw one.
Don't you realize
I
that
don't think I prepared for that one much because you.
Yeah, we had a big panel.
What's the matter, Ash?
I can't relate.
The end of the world.
Yep.
maybe not, but I can see it from here.
I've never been on the Geekvolution. That's fine. I don't really want to be. Honestly. I don't. There's too much like. Yeah, that's probably not a stream thing to say.
We're not gonna name names.
Not naming names. There's too many people. Too much going on.
Too many people.
No.
Yay.
No. No, I couldn't do a 12-hour stream. Are you? No. On what?
We'll do all 12 fighting games.
That's not a 12-hour stream. That's more.
No.
Oh, okay. We'll do a bunch of Kamen Rider movies because those are an hour. We'll do for seasons you've never seen. You'll be like, yay. You're like, who's this? I'm like, no.
Draven, you think Captain...
So anyway, Trish blew up and the rest is history. I retrieved the Kandarian summoning stone, got back that translation.
No, I love Cap. A lot of the things I love, he would say are bad.
Sort of messed up some of the words.
I'm shocked he liked Tucker and Dale, honestly.
Well, this has been a nice little visit, but I think it's time me and the stone skedaddled back to Michigan.
I requested that
Now
once.
that's what? East of here, right?
Oh my god, it's...
It's the Evil Dead.
Yeah.
The evil that is
So then the
dead.
squirrel says, hey,
Yeah.
you do whatever you want with your nuts, pal, but I'm eating mine.
Well,
Hayden, it's Ra's al Ghul from Batman Begins.
no, that's Raz.
What's he saying?
Mr. Raz Al Ghul.
I'm kind of sad we never got this movie.
No, it's like Ash and Big Trouble in Little China.
I don't know if you're watching the stream, Hayden, but he's in like ancient Japan or something.
Oh.
Or China, one of the two.
China.
Oh my god, are we getting Dead Sunrise? What the f did this come from in this game?
That I what? That's cool.
Like, this came out of nowhere. Oh god.
Can Ash speak Japanese? What?
Oh,
I feel like that's teasing a sequel that would have been incredible.
Ash,
Weird.
Ash on a Sentai team.
No, Ash is a common.
No, he'd be bad at that.
I mean, I feel like he'd be more inclined to be a writer.
Why?
Because he works alone and fucks about people.
No. He's like a secondary writer. He doesn't care.
Yeah. Honestly, Robert, I had some frustrations with this game, but overall, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it looks like a fun time.
Did you finish it?
No, that's what we were talking about, because the ending is just a cutscene that sets up him fighting Deadite samurais.
That is cool.
And he speaks Japanese for some reason.
Yeah, he grabs a katana and then it's just over. No, Ash in feudal Japan is peak. We need more of this.
We'll do the other even at the end of some
What are we doing now? Castlevania. Yay.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I might need to actually use this as an opportunity to step out for like 15 minutes, but if you want to get started on that, that's fine.
Oh no, Robert. Oh no.
No. What?
I was gonna do the same thing.
God damn it, Hada.
Fuck. No, go ahead. And then when you come back, I gotta go for a minute.
Well, okay. Well, okay, so John, do you want to just like list a new stream for like in like 15 minutes? You want to just do that?